The following video covers a task from the FAA Commercial Pilot Glider Practical Test Standards. Area of Operation 4, Launches and Landings. Item E, Task, Aero Tow, Boxing the Wake. The objective is to determine that the applicant exhibits knowledge of the elements related to boxing the wake, maneuvering around the wake. Maneuvers the glider while on tow, slightly outside the tow plane's wake in a rectangular, box-like pattern, and maintains proper control and coordination. Before takeoff, inform the tow pilot about the maneuvers you intend to fly on tow. Begin the box maneuver upwind of the airport at an altitude high enough so that if a release is necessary, the glider can safely return to the airport. A suggested altitude to begin the box maneuver could be 1,000 feet AGL. The typical box begins in the normal tow position with the glider slightly above the tow plane's wake. The applicant descends slowly down through the tow plane's wake into the low tow position, just slightly below the tow plane wake. The examiner may request that the applicant verbalizes the location of the glider in and around the wake. Just below the wake, the glider pilot pauses momentarily, then applies a small amount of coordinated flight controls to move to the left lower corner of the box. In the left corner, note how the glider is in a very slight left bank in order to maintain this stationary position relative to the tow plane. After a pause, the applicant maintains the slight left bank and climbs smoothly to the upper left corner of the box, still maintaining a slight amount of left bank. At this point, the examiner may request a demonstration of the glider cannot release signal, which requires rocking the glider's wings while maintaining the position in the upper left corner of the box. From the upper left corner of the box, the applicant applies a very small amount of coordinated flight controls to move right across the normal tow position to the upper right corner of the box, avoiding the tow plane's wake but not flying too high behind the tow plane. In the right corner, notice how the glider is in a slight right bank in order to maintain this stationary position relative to the tow plane. After a slight pause, the applicant maintains the slight bank and descends smoothly to the lower right corner of the box, still maintaining a slight amount of right bank. After a pause, the applicant relaxes some of the pressure on the flight controls and the glider moves smoothly left to the center low tow position. A common error is to over-control and move too fast as you fly to the center low tow position. After a short pause, the applicant then climbs up through the tow plane wake to the normal tow position just slightly above the tow plane wake. It's important to climb slowly in order not to overshoot the normal tow position and climb too high above the tow plane. If the glider remains too high on the tow, releasing the tow line may be necessary for safety. Losing sight of the tow plane requires an immediate release of the tow line. Remember, the glider has momentum when maneuvering around the wake, so apply an appropriate amount of flight control pressure in a coordinated manner to achieve a smooth box of the wake. The wing rock coordination roll in the upper left corner of the box is optional but may be requested by an examiner to test your knowledge and ability to give this signal, and to maintain proper position relative to the tow plane. All of the standard signals should be practiced with your flight instructor before the practical test. Common student errors include over-controlling or not applying the appropriate amount of pressure on the flight controls. Excessively low in low toe position or excessively high in the normal toe position. Moving too quickly around the box, going farther down or out than necessary around the toe plane's wake. This may be a reason to abort the box maneuver and release for safety. Creating slack in the toe line by moving too quickly or too far out or too far down. This may also be another reason to abort the box maneuver and release. Making the box too small, therefore boxing in the wake instead of around the wake. Or making the box round instead of in a rectangular box-like pattern as required in the PTS.